I imagine adults get put off by teen drama flicks because of its melodrama. Like, they're 18-year-olds with problems that really aren't problems. But here, there is actually a problem. Everything is adapted from Nicola Yoon's novel of the same name. Incidentally, I would have called it Everything and Everything. I just think it rolls off the tongue better, but maybe that name was taken, I don't know. Directed by Stella Meggy, it's the story of 18-year-old Maddie who suffers from immunodeficiency disease. Basically, she is highly allergic to everything. So she is isolated, locked away in her house, taken care of by her mum and her nurse, and just can't go out, basically. One particular day, a new family move in next door, including Ollie, played by Nick Robinson. He locks eyes with Maddie, who's watching him from the window. She locks eyes with him, and boom, love at first sight. Then it becomes a struggle, a battle about her disease and his abusive father, keeping them apart. By the way, the actress playing Maddie, if she looks familiar, Amandla Stenberg, she played Rue in The Hunger Games. For the most part, this film kept me pretty hooked. I think there was enough drama, enough efficient drama to keep the story afloat that didn't lead too much into the melodrama. It wasn't too over the top for you to accept. The only problem that sort of kept repeating would be, it would hit a certain mark, a turning point, and then it would start to meander. And then it would hit the next mark, and then it would meander again and be like, okay, come on, keep up. It struggled to keep a pace. It would slow down. It was just a little too slow for my preference. Amandla Stenberg does kill it here. She's very captivating and she really makes you support her in all her choices despite the consequences. She's very aware of these consequences and that just makes you fall in love with her even more. Nick Robinson, however, he's a little inconsistent in his performance. He's slightly irritating sometimes. Sometimes his performance is a little melodramatic. Ultimately, I guess that's what this film is about. It's about consequences, making choices and having those consequences and accepting those consequences. Seeking a boy is such a conventional thing, but to her it's not conventional. So by doing this conventional thing, she has to experience things that are unconventional to her. This film handles that very delicately and handles it very well. One particular thing that I enjoyed about this film, Maddie is an architectural student. She studies architecture online, so she has all these architectural models just around her place. And when she's interacting with the boy online or through text message, instead of just cutting to their faces and the text popping up, it cuts to essentially a fantasy sequence of them inside these model places as if they were real places and interacting face to face. Visually, I thought this added a new dimension, gave it aesthetic beauty, and just essentially made it much more interesting to watch. Often with these films that deal with a severe illness or domestic drama or emotional trauma, especially in the teen demographic, they will often follow a formula and become very melodramatic and just over the top. Problems will be crammed in just so that the audience are rooting for these characters so that when they fail, they will cry. Because it's almost like that is the goal, for the audience to cry. In this film, however, there were certain points where I was absolutely sure there was a certain direction they were heading. And I was surprised where it turned. They did offer some surprises here, and I just ended up feeling like a dick. This film does deal with a heavy subject matter, but when I left the cinema, I felt surprisingly uplifted. Positive on life, to live it and to never feel held back. Okay, that was a little pretentious. Also, this film has a really compelling soundtrack. I was moved, I was captivated. I have absolutely no reason not to give this film a thumbs up. And it is a bit of a shame that this has fallen under the radar. I'm sure there are still showings on. Go out, seek it, find it, watch it. I definitely recommend this. But if you have seen it, why don't you comment on the section below, then like, share, and subscribe so you can find out more from Thumbmasters. I've been your fellow Thumbmaster today, Matt. And until next time, remember, movies are my jam.